So now that we'll start recording the class, so please, shall we remember a little bit what we talked about yesterday? So let's see a little bit. Sebastian. Good afternoon, Sebastian. Could you tell me, please, what do you remember about yesterday? Remember that yesterday we talked about houses, right? We learned some vocabulary, some rooms. Which rooms do you remember? What about the furniture? So, Sebastian, I listen to you.
Yes, teacher. Tengo que decir que avanzamos ayer.
Yes, what do you remember? Remember that we talk about houses. Which rooms do you remember? Which furniture do you remember? Yes, Sebastian? Rooms, bathroom, living room, bedroom. Sebastian, could you give more examples? Or do you don't remember anything?
Sí, recuerdo bedroom, bathroom, living room, balcony.
Okay. What's the first thing when you enter to your house?
Hall,
right? Thank you, Sebastian.
yard.
What's the difference between bathroom and toilet, Sebastian? What's the difference between bathroom and toilet? Or anybody that would like to participate? Anybody that remembers?
Yo recuerdo a mí que lo del bathroom era que dijo que tenía la ducha o sea, todo completo. Y en sí es de la casa, ¿no? Y el otro que hice, no sé, creo que para centros comerciales o esas cosas que solamente está el baño en sí.
El inodoro, right? The toilet.
Eso,
Yeah.
eso.
So bath comes from tina. ¿Sí? Bath es una tina. Es la tina donde nos duchamos. So bathroom is the place where you can take a shower. Whereas toilet is the only place where you can go and make pee. Yeah, that's toilet. Solamente hay un inodoro. So that's the difference between toilet and bathroom. Okay, thank you so much. So now that we remember a little bit about that, we're going to continue talking about unit number 4. So I'm going to share my screen. Yes. So remember that yesterday we started talking about Les Enfants de Don Quixote, n'est-ce pas? So today we're going to continue talking about this organization. Yeah, what do you remember about this organization? Les Enfants de Don Quixote. What do you remember about this organization? We have here a little information. So let's listen to Edson. Edson, could you read please this information? Most people
¿Podría repetirme, teacher, nuevamente, por favor?
Yes, sure. So here you have a little description or information. Could you read this bubble that is here above the pictures? Most people in the world
have a row over their head. but other people are not so lucky.
So
They
lucky.
have no, they are homeless. The children of Don Quixote
Quixote.
Quixote want to help.
Yeah, that's the organization, right? This is Don Quixote organization. They want to help homeless people. So Edson, shall we repeat the word roof?
Roof.
What's that word? What's the meaning of that word?
No le entendí, no entendí nada, dice.
No, anything? Most people, sí, muchas personas, la mayoría de las personas, most people in the world have a roof, right? You have a roof, I have a roof. So we are fortunate people because we have a roof. What is a roof? In the place where you live, you have a roof. Yeah, so for example, look at these pictures. Look at this picture, this camping. They don't have a roof, but we will say that this is the roof. Yeah, the part that is at the top, that's the roof. Anybody that knows the meaning of a roof?
Techo.
No entiendo nada, teacher. No entendí, no, la verdad.
Okay. Yeah, most people have a roof over their head. Yes, a roof.
Es el techo.
Thank you, Abigail. That's correct. Yeah. So you have a roof, Edson. Abigail has a roof. I have a roof. Most people, sí, la mayoría de las personas. Most people have a roof. La mayoría tenemos un techo, but others not. They are not so fortunate, right? But other people are not so lucky. Lucky, afortunada, no son tan suertudas, afortunadas. They have no home. They are homeless. So the children of Don Quixote want to help. Yep, that's what the children of Don Quixote are going to do. They are going to help. And remember that yesterday we talked about street, right? Here you have a street. We talk about square. So here we have the main square in Paris. Yeah, remember that we're talking about Paris, right? That is in France. So this happened in Paris because Paris is one of the expensive cities. It's very difficult to pay a rent, to live in a house, to live in an apartment, in a room. So most people live in tents. Probably, Edson, you remember what's the meaning of tent? Do you remember? What is a tent?
Eran las tiendas, si no me equivoco.
Yes, these are the tents, right? If you look at the picture, we have thousands of tents here. Sí, tenemos millones, well, centenares, miles de tiendas. No son tiendas de ventitas, de puestos de venta, pero son estas carpas, ¿sí? Son los campings. Esas son las tiendas. In English we say tent, okay? So yesterday we did exercise number 3, right? We listened to Patrick. Patrick is a Frenchman. He's one of the protesters. He was talking to a reporter, you remember? And then we numbered the pictures. So let's remember what was the correct order of the pictures. I remember that it was Brisa, but probably Brisa is not here. So we're gonna listen to Nady. Nady, do you remember the order of these pictures? What was the first picture? Was it picture A? Was it picture C? D? Yesterday we listened a conversation, right? And according to the conversation, we put the pictures in the correct order.
C.
C was the last picture. That was picture number 4. ¿Ya? La C era la última imagen. Which was the first one? Anybody that remembers?
B.
B was the third one. That was number 3. So was it A or D? Which was the first one? A or D?
D.
And D was the second one. No native. So the correct order is A, right? Because remember we start talking about the tents along the river, ¿sí? Hay muchas tiendas a lo largo del río. There are thousands of tents along the river. And you can see here at the main square too, right? You can see here at the main square too. That's what the man, Patrick, he said. Eso es lo que iba diciendo un chico que se llama Patrick mientras le hacían la entrevista, right? You can see 1,000 tents along the river, here on the square too. And right now we're going to talk with one of the protesters. We're going to talk to Leonor. So you can see here Leonor, right? Luego se van a hablar con una chica que se llamaba Leonor. And you can see here in the picture. Then this girl is going to introduce us her tent, right? She starts talking about her lamp, her bed. She has 2 beds or 1 bed. She has a lot of neighbors. She lives near the street. Yep. So let's remember that, please. And you have your books, please, you have to take notes. Sí, no se olviden de tomar apuntes. So number, right? The first one was picture A. The second one was picture D. The third one was picture B. And the fourth one was picture C. Yep, those are the correct orders. So I'm gonna make this small if I can. Okay, perfect. So there we have it. Now, let's remember, we're gonna listen one more time. Sí, vamos a volver a escuchar el audio. Y traten de corregir esto. Ayer ya lo hicimos, ayer ya corregimos estas oraciones. Vamos a volver a escucharlo y corrigen. Remember that there's only one word that is incorrect. Yeah? Listen again and correct the statements. Vamos a escuchar de nuevo para ver si se acuerdan. So everybody please pay attention. I'm gonna share the sound.
Transcript 4.2, page 40.
Okay, sorry because I closed the...
Transcript 4.2,
No.
page 40, exercise 3.
Hello, Patrick. Thanks for talking to me. I'm Hugo.
Bonjour. Sorry, good morning. Nice to meet you.
So tell me, Patrick, what's all this about?
Well, we're here to protest about the problems of homeless people. It's very expensive to buy or rent a place to live here in Paris. Lots of people live on the streets. We're here to help them, to try and help them. It's a very serious problem. There are thousands and thousands of homeless people in France.
I see. One question, Patrick. Are there protests in other cities in France?
Yes, in lots of other cities, Bordeaux, Marseille, Lyon, all the big cities. It's a national protest, Hugo. It's a national problem.
Can you show me around the camp, Patrick?
Yes, sure, come with me. Look, here are all the tents. There are about 300, I think. There are lots of protesters here.
How many, do you know?
I don't know exactly, maybe 400, maybe 500. Look, there are tents here, along the river, and over there too, in the square. Come on, let's take a look inside one of the tents. Bonjour, Leo. This is Leonor.
Good morning. Can you show us your tent?
Yes, of course. Come in. Well, this is our tent. There are 2 beds and there's a lamp. And that's it. It's a small tent. There are 2 of us in this tent. And our bags, that's all. The street is our living room. Look, there's a table. And some chairs and lamps.
Are there any showers?
No, there aren't. But there are some restrooms.
Is there a place where you can bathe?
No, there isn't. But there are hostels where you can take a shower for 2 or 3 euros. It's okay if you are on the street for 1 or 2 nights. But it's very difficult when you are really homeless.
Thanks, Leonor.
De rien. Ciao.
Okay. Yeah, so that was the listening that we listened yesterday, right? Remember, he starts talking about a lot of tents along the river. You can see here some tents on the square. We're gonna talk with one of the protesters, right? Leonor. She's gonna talk about us, her tent. So let's check the mistakes here, please. And for that, I'm gonna need the help of one person. I'm gonna share my screen. And we're gonna call a person. Not this one, but this one. So Abigail is here. Brisa, is Brisa here or not? I think no. What about Carlos? Is Carlos here? Daniel, are you here? Daniel not here? Okay. Dana, is Dana here?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Edson is here. Stephanie, are you here? Stephanie? No. Fernando, Gonzalo, Harold, Janet, Jose Luis, Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos, are you here? Yes, I know, Jose Luis, you are here. Juan Carlos, what about you? No, Juan Carlos? Nate is here. Oliver, you know anything about Oliver? Is Oliver here or not? Pedro is here. Ronatan? Ronatan, are you here?
Present, teacher.
Thank you, Ronatan. Samara? I think Samara is here.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Sebastian? Yes. Yeah, Sebastian is here. Sharisti?
Present, teacher.
Yeah, thank you. And Jordi? Is Jordi here?
Present, teacher.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm gonna call
Mora,
one person.
teacher, present, teacher. Mora.
Oliver?
Sí, teacher.
You just entered, right? Okay. So welcome, Oliver. So we're gonna continue. I'm gonna call one person randomly. Let me check. Save attendance. And randomly. So let's see. Harold. Harold, I know that you couldn't listen the whole audio right yesterday, but let's see what you managed to listen. Which mistakes you managed to check. So Harold, in number 1, the protest is about homeless people in Paris. What's the mistake here? Harold, are
Sí,
you
teacher,
here?
¿será que puede volver a repetir la pregunta?
Okay, yeah, here you have number 3, right? Exercise B, number 1. The protest is about homeless people in Paris.
Sí, se trata de la protesta en París.
Pardon? Can you repeat?
Es afirmar de lo que escuchamos en el audio, ¿no?
No, we have to correct. There is one word that is incorrect. Yes, in this sentence, there is one word that is incorrect. So we need to check. The protest is about homeless people in Paris. Is it only in Paris? ¿Sí? ¿Se trata solamente en París?
Sí.
Yeah, only in Paris. It's not in Lyon, Bordeaux, Marseille, not in other cities.
Sí, Bordeaux, Marsella, Lyon. Estas eran las grandes ciudades que...
So it's not only in Paris, but it's in France, right? So it's in France. Yeah, here the mistake is Paris. It's not only in Paris, it's in France. Yeah, thank you. So here we're gonna check. What about number 2? Hundreds of people are homeless in France? That true or what?
No es en Francia, es en París.
So here in number 2, the incorrect word is hundreds. Yeah, because it's not 100, it's thousands. Thousands of people. If you see here, it's not only hundreds, no son cientos de personas. Son miles. Yes. So it's thousands and thousands of people are homeless in France. Okay? What about number 3? Do they have only 50 tents in the camp? How many tents?
No, son 50 carpas. Yo creo que
How many tents?
400 a 500 carpas.
Okay, could be 400 to 500 people, but tents, it will be 300. Yeah, here it will be 300. So that's what we're gonna check. Let me check here. And here we're gonna write 300. It wasn't 50 nor 400. Sí, 400, 500 personas. No tents. Okay. What about number 4? Leonor has one bed in her tent? Only one bed? How many beds?
Creo que dice Leonor tiene una cama llena de carpa, algo así. Ahora.
If it's only one bed, or 2 beds, or 3 beds, how many beds?
2.
Yeah, it was 2. Okay. Here Leonor has 2 beds in her tent. What about number 5? The camp has restrooms and showers? Do you think the camp has showers?
Solamente en las PAC no contaban con solamente con.
Yes, you can find restrooms on the street, right? Porque siempre hay baño público. You can find restrooms on the street, but no showers. Okay, so they don't have showers. There isn't showers. The last one, Harold, what do you think? Life isn't difficult on the streets. Do you think life is difficult or not difficult on the street?
Sí hay dificultad.
Yeah, it's very difficult, right? Life is very difficult on the streets. So here we're gonna close that and we're gonna check the mistake. Okay, so here we're gonna write that life is very difficult. Okay, thank you so much, Harold. That was it. Yeah. So this is for you in order to remember, yes, what we did yesterday. Esto es para recordar lo que hicimos ayer. So we're gonna listen one more time, please, everybody. But now we're gonna complete the description. Listen again to the last part of the recording, only the last part, ¿sí? Solamente la última parte. And complete the description of Leonor's tent and the camp. So everybody, please listen to the description. Let me check if I'm sharing the sound. Okay. So probably is around here.
Let's take a look inside one of the tents. Bonjour, Leo. This is Leonor.
Good morning. Can you show us your tent?
Yes, of course. Come in. Well, this is our tent. There are 2 beds and there's a lamp. And that's it. It's a small tent. There are 2 of us in this tent. And our bags, that's all. The street is our living room. Look, there's a table. And some chairs and lamps.
Are there any showers?
No, there aren't. But there are some restrooms.
Is there a place where you can bathe?
No, there isn't. But there are hostels where you can take a shower for 2 or 3 euros. It's okay if you are on the street for 1 or 2 nights. But it's very difficult when you are really homeless.
Thanks, Leonor.
De rien. Ciao.
Okay, so now that we have listened, let's ask Nady. Nady, could you help us, please? So Nady, what do you have for spaces 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, and 3. What did you listen? Nady? Is Nady here or not? Yes, Nady, you're here. Do you manage to listen, to understand? There are two balls, 2 people, 2 houses, 2 beds. What? No, Nady? You're not here? Probably she's having lunch. Probably. Okay, so Sharisti, could you help us, please? What do you have in number 1, 2, and 3?
Beds.
Yes, there are 2 beds and there is a lamp, right? There are 2 beds. What about number 2? There are...
2.
Yes, there are 2 of us. Sí, se escuchan esa of us. Casi apenas no se escucha, ¿no? 2 of us. There are 2 of us. This tent and our back. That's all. What about number 3? Are there any... Yes, you said it. Are there any showers? Right? Are there any showers? So we're gonna move it in this place. It's plural, right? Are there any showers? And the answer, do you remember, Nini, number 4?
Restrooms.
Perfect. There are some restrooms, right? And number 5?
And back.
Is there a place where you can, pardon? Bath?
Back.
Yes, where you can bathe or bath, right? Thank you so much. Perfect. That was it, right? Yes. Is there a place where you can bath? Donde puedes bañarte? Okay. Okay, perfect. So that's it. Now we're going to pay attention to the words in bold. Remember that today we're going to talk about there is, there isn't, there are, there aren't. Yep. So please pay attention to the words in bold. The words in bold are there are two, are there any, there aren't, there are some, is there a place, there isn't. Yes, those are the words in bold. Now, we need to use those words in bold here at the grammar panel, at the grammar explanation. Sí, ahora lo que vamos a hacer es usar estas palabras en negrillas, en negrita, to complete the grammar panel, to complete the explanation rule. Yeah, but before that, we're going to practice, well, I think after that, we're going to see. Okay. Yes, I'm going to call another student. Thank you so much, Sharisti. So, Fernando, when we talk about there is, there are, right? If we talk about only one thing, right? Si solo hablamos de un objeto, una cosa, una persona, that's singular. So how are we going to complete? And it's positive. What can we say? Is there a place where you can bathe? No, there isn't. So, are we gonna write there is or there are? What do you think, Fernando?
There is.
Yes, for singular, we're gonna use there is, right? There is a sofa in the street. There is a lamp on the street. So that's what we're gonna do. What do you think about number 2, Fernando? It's a question. So what about for question?
Is there a shower?
Is there a shower? Perfect. Thank you so much. Yes. It's start raining again. Okay, so for questions, we're gonna remember that the verb goes at the beginning, right? El verbo siempre va al principio. So we're gonna say, is there? Is there a shower? So then we have the short yes, no question. Luego tenemos las respuestas cortas. Yes, there is. No. So Fernando, what do you think here, number 3? No.
Yes, there is. Or no, there is.
There isn't. Right?
There isn't.
Perfect. No, there isn't. So, if you want to talk about one thing, is there a ball in your house? ¿Sí? Si quieren jugar fútbol una tarde y quieren preguntar a sus amigos si tienen una pelota. Is there a ball in your house? Yes, there is. No, there isn't. Right? What about with plural? What happens when we talk about more than one thing? When we talk about two things? Thank you so much, Fernando. Dana, what happens when it's plural? So are we going to use there is or there are for positive? Dana, are you here? No, Dana is not here. What's going on? So let me check. Dana is not here. Is she having lunch? Okay, Janet, shall we go with you, please? So, Janet, what happens when it's plural? When we talk about more than one thing, what are we gonna say? There is or there are? Janet? No, Janet is not here neither. Why? What happened? Okay, probably Oliver. Oliver, do you want to participate? What do you think, Oliver? It's positive. So how are we going to complete this exercise? No?
Is there?
Okay, that's for question, and only when it's singular, right? Is there a shower? But if it's plural, how are we going to write a positive sentence? It's only a positive sentence, a normal sentence. It's not a question. There is or there are for plural? What do you think? If we have
There
chairs.
is.
There is for plural? ¿Sí estás seguro que vamos a usar there is para plural? There is chairs. There is tables. ¿Qué usamos cuando es plural?
There are.
There are, right? There are some tables. There are some chairs. So, Oliver, what happens when it's negative? ¿Qué pasa cuando es una oración negativa? ¿Qué es lo que cambia? There are or there are not. There are not are. Oliver?
There aren't.
Thank you. There aren't, right? So please pay attention when it's negative. Sí, presten mucha atención cuando es negativo. Because when it's negative, we're going to use any. There aren't any bathrooms. Okay? There aren't any bathrooms. And Oliver, what happened when it's a question? How are we gonna write when it's a question? So Oliver, remember when it's a question, the verb goes at the beginning. ¿Sí? ¿Qué pasa con el verbo? El verbo se invierte. So Oliver, what are we gonna say?
Are there?
Perfect. Thank you so much. Are there any lamps? Yes. So everybody please pay attention because we're gonna use any, right? Any, when it's plural and when it's negative and question. ¿Sí? Solamente acuérdense que any lo vamos a usar cuando es negativo y cuando es plural. Are there any lamps? No, there aren't any lamps, right? There aren't any lamps. Are there any pizzas? No, there aren't any pizzas. But if it's positive, so if it's positive and it's plural, we're gonna say, yes, there are some pizzas. Yes, there are 2 pizzas. Yes, there are 4 pizzas. So here you have another explanation. We often use a and with there is, there isn't, and is there. Okay? El artículo a and, it's only going to be used with singular. ¿Sí? Solamente con el singular. There is a sofa. Is there a shower? No, there isn't a sofa. So we often use some with there are. Some is going to be used with there are. There are some pictures. There are some apples. And any are going to be used with there aren't and are there. ¿Ok? Aquí ya lo tienen resumido. Estos 3 puntos es lo que se tienen que recordar. Yes, those are the important points. Why? I'm going to tell you why. So let me check. We're going to try to do this exercise. Thank you so much, Oliver, for participating. So yeah, well, that's in conversation. So right now we're going to repeat these numbers. Yeah. So please, everybody in your houses, repeat after me. I'm going to say the number and I want you to repeat. So we have 100, 100. Or 100. 100. Sí, acuérdense que la U a veces suena como una A. 100. 1,000. Here you have 1,000. Yes? 1,000. Hundreds. Hundreds. When you see the S here, so we're going to add the S. ¿Sí? Cientos. Hundreds. Hundreds of people, thousands and thousands of people, right? So here again, thousands. 300, 4,000, 5,000. So that's the difference between 100 and 1,000. I want you to please to remember. I'm going to write the pronunciation. And I hope that you write on your notebook too, please. 100. Yeah, that will be the pronunciation. 100. And then we have 1,000, right? 1,000.
Disculpe, teacher, ¿será que me
Yes?
puedo ¿será que me puedo retirar? Es que hoy tengo laboratorio y mucho tiempo para llegar allá.
Again, Jordi. Okay, Jordi. Take care because it's raining. It's raining cats and dogs. Okay, Jordi. Yeah, so here you have the pronunciation, please. I want you to practice. 100,000. Sorry, because here it's missing the D, letter D. Thousands. ¿Ya? Este sonido de la TH es como la Z española, ¿no? Cuando escuchan zapato, no sé, zorro, thousand, thousand. ¿Ya? It's the same sound. Es el mismo sonido. Tienen que morderse la lengua o la lengua entre los dientes, dejando un poco salir el aire. Thousand. ¿Ya? 4,000. 300. Thousands. Okay? So now that we have practiced the numbers, we're going to continue. I don't want to make zoom. And now that we have the grammar rule, so we're going to continue with the exercises, right? So let's go to page, let me check. I'm going to move this. So everybody please go to page 142. Yes? Could you please go to page 142? And here we have the grammar explanation, right? Here you have the grammar. There is, there are, talking about one thing, talking about two things. So let's complete this. Look at the map of a beach resort. Correct the statements about it. Yeah? Everybody, please, we need to correct these statements. Again, there is one word that is wrong, that is incorrect, and we need to check. There are 4 parking lots. Is that true? Are there 4 parking lots? There isn't a swimming pool. Is that true? There are 2 banks. So please try to look well at the picture. ¿Sí? Traten de ver bien la imagen, analizar. What is parking lot? Anybody remember what's the meaning of parking lot? For parking lot? What's the meaning? Thank you. That's it, right? So do you think there are 4 parking lots? What do you think? So let me check who is gonna help me. Ronatan? Ronatan, you're the person that is gonna help me. Do you think that there are only 4 parking lots? There are 4 parking lots? What do you think?
No, teacher, son 2 según la imagen, 2 parqueos.
Yes, there are only 2 parking lots, 1 and 2. Okay, thank you, Renata. That's correct. So we're gonna check that. 4, no, but 2. Renata, there isn't a swimming pool. Is that correct? There isn't a swimming pool.
No sería correcto, porque sí hay una en la imagen.
How do you say that in English? Sí hay una piscina. ¿Cómo dice eso en inglés?
There is a swimming pool.
Yes, perfect. There is. It's not correct because there is a swimming pool, right? There is. There is a swimming pool. Sí, sí hay una. So we're gonna check that. There is. Renata, what about number 3? There are 2 banks. Are there only 2 banks? 1 bank, 3 banks. How many banks do we have here?
No, there aren't. I 3 banks.
There are 3 banks, right? 1, 2, and 3. There are 3 banks. Yes, I hope that you're checking. We are on page 142. Espero que estén corrigiendo. Estamos en la página 142. There are 3 banks. Renatan, what about number 4? There is a supermarket and 2 movie theaters. There is a supermarket and 2 movie theaters.
Sería there is a supermarket and only movie theater.
Okay, and only a movie theater. Do you think there's only one supermarket? Because I see here one. Probably this is another one. Only one supermarket?
No, teacher, sería two supermarket.
Yes, there are 2 supermarkets, right? There are 2. And what about movie theaters? Movie theaters. There is only one movie, or sorry, 2 movie theaters? What do you think about movie theaters? Movie. Right, we have one here. So, Ronatan, do we have 2 movie theaters? Are there 2 movie theaters?
No, teacher. There is only movie theater.
Yes, there's only a movie theater, right? There is a movie theater. So here we're gonna check the number. Si aquí necesitamos corregir el número. There are 2 supermarkets and 1 movie theater. Yes? 1. So here it's 1 and here 2. And please don't forget to check the verb, right? El verbo también hay que escribir. There are 2 supermarkets. And the S here. The S. Ronatan, what about number 5? There is an art gallery. Do we have an art gallery?
Teacher, disculpe, ¿qué significaba art gallery?
Son las galerías de arte donde publican fotos, imágenes, pinturas. Art gallery. Como museos, pero se diferencia de museos. Los museos son antigüedades. Art gallery pueden ser nuevas pinturas. It's art gallery.
Entonces sería there isn't an art gallery.
Okay, there isn't an art gallery, right? Perfect. So here we're gonna check the verb, only the verb, and we're gonna write there isn't. There isn't an art gallery. And Ronatan, the last one, number 6. There are lots of hotels.
Yes, they are.
Yes, there are. So there are how many hotels? How many hotels do you think there are?
There are 3 hotels.
Perfect, Ronatan. There are 3 hotels, right? We have here the Marine, we have the West Beach, we have the Plaza. So we have 3 hotels. Yes? There are 3 hotels. Now, these are true sentences about the map, right? Insert some, any, and. Ahora acá tenemos las oraciones tan correctas. Lo único que les falta son some, any, or an. And remember that you have here the instructions, right? Acuérdense que acá tienen las reglas. Si se olvidan, pueden volver a leerlo acá. When do we use a, and? When do we use some? And what about any? So let's check. Thank you so much, Ronatan. That was perfect. Pedro, you're gonna help me? Okay, Pedro. So we need to add some, any, or a, an. Pedro, what do you think about number 1? There is an airport.
La primera, ¿no?
Yes?
Any.
Do you think we're gonna use any? ¿Sí? Creo que vamos a usar any. ¿Cuándo usábamos el any? We use any with there aren't and there are there. But what happens when it is there isn't? What are we gonna use?
Sería el otro, sería an. Sorry.
Okay. So Pedro, there isn't a airport or there isn't an airport. Are we gonna use a or an?
There isn't an airport.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Pedro. Yeah, so here we're going to use an, right? Because here you have another vowel. There isn't an airport. Number 2, Pedro.
There are, yo creo que ahora sí se utiliza el any, beaches.
Okay, when are we going to use any? Vamos a ver una vez más. ¿Cuándo usamos el any? We often use any with there aren't and are there, right? Solamente cuando es negativo y pregunta. But what happens if it's positive? ¿Qué pasa si es positivo? What are we going to use? There are some tables and chairs.
Ok. O sea que solo el any se utiliza pues en negativo en pregunta y después se utiliza el an.
Yeah, but when it's positive and plural, el a es solamente para lo singular, ¿no? Positivo, negativo, preguntas, es el a. There is a big sofa. There is a kitchen. Is there a shower? But if we have plural, tables, chairs, and it's positive, we're going to use some.
Okay.
Okay. So what is missing here?
There are beaches.
But beaches, is it singular or plural?
Plural.
Okay.
Some.
Some beaches, right? Thank you. There isn't an airport. There are some. On number 3, what do you think about number 3?
There train? No. There an train station?
There is a train station, right? Because this is singular. Claro, porque esto es singular. Entonces usamos el a. There is a train station. We have a train station. Okay. And number 4?
There aren't some bars.
What happened when it's negative? ¿Qué pasaba cuando era plural y negativo?
Se convierte en any, pero no está el there aren't no o there are some.
Yes, there aren't. We have here, there aren't
any bars.
Yes, there aren't any bars, right? There aren't in bars. Okay? Yes. Thank you so much, Pedro. That was perfect in order to remember a little bit. So, what I want you please to do right now, lo que quiero que hagan ahorita es esta tabla. Pueden hacerlo en la primera página de su cuaderno o en la última página, un lugar donde estén anotando toda la gramática, ¿sí? La gramática en inglés es llena de fórmulas. Si positivo es positivo, entonces positivo. Si tienes un positivo, luego tienes otro negativo. Y aquí es lo mismo. Con there is, there are, plus a, some, any. So if it's singular, si es singular, si es positivo, negativo o pregunta, so we're going to use a. There is a person. But if it's positive, si es positivo y es plural, so we're going to use some. And if it's negative and question and it's plural, si es positivo, si es plural, negativo y pregunta, so we're going to use any. Okay? We need to do this. I'm going to look a better one. There is versus there are. I'm going to show you a better one in order for you to remember. This one is the correct. There is an A, there is an A. Yeah, but here, okay, probably here. No. Okay, so we're gonna copy this one, or let's check in your books. Or otherwise, I'm gonna make my own table. Yep. So today we're going to talk about there is, right, when it's singular, and there are. So first of all, we have positive, then we have negative sentences, and finally we have questions. So when it's there is, that it's singular, right? You already know that this is singular. So please start doing this on your notebook, ¿sí? Empiecen a hacer esta tabla en sus cuadernos. And then you have plural. So we're going to use a. There is a table. If it's negative, so we're going to use there isn't a table. And if it's question, so we're going to use is there a laptop? Is there a computer? But when it's plural, so when it's plural, change everything. So here we're going to use some, and here we're going to use any. I just wanted to delete this column. Okay. Yes. So there you have. Yeah, so please pay attention when it's plural. Sí, presten mucha atención cuando es plural. Yep, this is for you to remember. Okay, please do this table on your notebooks because that's gonna help you. Sí, háganse esta tablita en su cuaderno. Esto les va a ayudar a acordarse cuando es singular, plural, negativo, question. If it's positive, what are we gonna use, right? Okay, this is the famous table. So now that you know this rule, we're gonna continue. Yeah, and I hope that you are doing these exercises on your notebooks too. There isn't an airport. There are some beaches. There is, sorry, we need to check. And there aren't any bars, right? Okay, so let's go back. If you have any question, please don't doubt to make it. So we're going to complete the question. Remember that here we're only talking about questions. ¿Sí? En esta parte solo hablamos de preguntas, questions. Using is, are, a, an, or any. Okay? So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to take a look to the exercise, read the questions, and complete, first of all, with the verbs, right? Siempre primero con las preguntas, con el verbo. If there, are there, what? And then look at this noun. If it's plural, singular, we're going to use a, any. Yes? So let me check who's going to help us. José Luis. José Luis, you're going to help us. Yep.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, so here we have questions. We need to complete this question. Exercise number 4, page 41. How are you going to complete the first question? There, blackboard or whiteboard? What do you think?
Are.
Okay, do you think it's plural? ¿Sí? ¿Cree que es plural? Do we have here blackboards, whiteboards, or if it's singular? Sí, siempre vean primero a su sustantivo. El sustantivo es plural, singular.
Singular.
Okay, so if it's singular, we're going to use is or are?
Is.
So if it's question, are we going to use a or any for singular?
Any. Ah, no. Es para plural. Sí.
Okay. So could you read the complete question? ¿Sí puede leer la primera pregunta? Sorry. What's the first question?
Is there any blackboard or
Whiteboard?
whiteboards?
White. Sí, acuérdense que la I en inglés es I. Sí, I am. I am a teacher. I, white, whiteboard. Okay.
Whiteboards.
Pero ¿qué pasó, José Luis? Dijimos que any era para plural. Here we're talking about is there.
Is there sun?
No. What happens when it's a question? Sí, solamente estamos haciendo ahorita preguntas, right? The only thing that we're making right now is questions. So if it's singular, we're going to use a. Is there a blackboard? If it's plural, we're going to use any. Are there any blackboards? So now, José Luis, I'm asking you, number 1, it's singular or plural?
Singular.
Okay. So the
there-
question,
Is there a bla bla
blackboard,
blackboard a whiteboard?
perfect. Thank you so much, Jose Luis. That's it, right? Is there a blackboard or a whiteboard?
Whiteboard.
Okay. Well, right now we're not in classes, we're not in our room, so we don't know. Is there a blackboard or a whiteboard? So let me check, I'm gonna write that. Jose Luis, could you do number 2 while I'm writing? What about number 2, Jose Luis?
Are there any?
Perfect. So it's plural, right? So our questions are going to be, are there any pictures on the wall? Are there any pictures on the wall? Perfect. Thank you so much, Jose Luis. That was perfect. Now we're going to see another student. Abigail, please, could you help me with number 3 and number 4?
Okay, teacher.
Okay. What do you think number 3? So here we're going to talk about bags. Bags on the floor, right? So we're going to talk about bags.
Are there some bags?
What happened with some? When are we going to use some? Some we're going to use when it's only positive and plural. See el some? Okay, when it's a question and it's plural, so we need to use any. Yeah. And number 3, could you repeat?
Are there any bugs on the floor?
Thank you. Are there any bags on the floor? Number 4.
How many students are there?
How many students are there? Thank you so much, Abigail. That was it. Let's go with another student. Edson, could you help me please with the last 2, number 5, number 6?
Number 5, how many tables are there?
Yeah. How many tables are there?
Is there a TV or a DVD player?
Perfect. Is there a TV or a DVD player? Thank you so much, Edson. That's it. Yeah, so I think no questions. I think this is clear. Sí, creo que esto está claro. The only thing I'm going to tell you, the only recommendation, please pay attention. If it's singular, plural, if it's positive, if it's negative, if it's a question. Yes, pay attention to that. Espero que se hayan hecho su tabla. Es sencillo, no es costoso. Sí lo pueden hacer en 5 segundos. Yes, singular, plural, positive, negative, question. Yes, singular, for positive, negative, and question. If it's plural and positive, so we have some. If it's plural and negative, so we have any. And if it's plural and question, we have any. One more time. So let's finish the class with an exercise. I'm gonna close this. Well, here we have some pronunciation, but we're gonna do right now an exercise, yes? Let's go to the exercise. Complete the conversation below with there is, there are, there isn't, there aren't, is there, are there, right? Use short forms when possible. Cada vez que les aparezca esta opción, use short forms when possible, es porque hay algunas oraciones que son positivas y sí se puede escribir el apóstrofe, ¿no? Como there is, si es positivo y singular, ahí podemos poner el apóstrofe. There is. That is short form. And then you have isn't, aren't. Yep. So when it's possible, solamente cuando es posible, cuando sea posible, you write the short form. Okay, so this is not difficult. This is easy. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to do this exercise. I'm gonna send the link here to this group. Do this exercise right now. Okay, there you have the exercise. So you just have to complete. ¿Sí? Aquí olvídense de los artículos de a, some, any, but complete this conversation. Okay, so you have 5 minutes to do that activity. Only 5 minutes, please.
Teacher, lo mandó el link porque no me llegó nada.
Yes, I sent it. Here at the messages. Acá tenemos una mensajería en el grupo de Team. Lo pasé por ahí. Si quiere lo paso por el grupo de WhatsApp. I'm gonna put it the English class too. Do this exercise right now. Okay, there you have at the WhatsApp group. So please, I'm gonna wait for your answers, yes? Send a screenshot to my WhatsApp number. It's very easy. I think you can do it in 1 minute. It's very simple. Okay, thank you so much, Harold. So what happened, Harold? Se olvidó de ponerla ahí. Is there a dining room?
No, lo coloqué, pero no marcó como si no hubiera escrito.
Okay, but it's perfect. So I know that you understand, right? And there you can see a, some, any. Sí, también se puede guiar por el any, el a. Okay, thank you, Harold. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Anybody else that finished the exercise? Yeah, what about the rest? Have you finished? Okay, thank you, Fernando. Okay, so yeah, that's negative, right? Remember any? Ahí al ladito lo tenía el any. It's because it's negative. There aren't any. Okay, pay attention to that too. ¿Sí? No se olviden de ver la palabra que está justo ahí al lado. So what happened? Why do you have 7? You have any problems, Samara? Was it at the typing or what happened? So why is that incorrect? It's correct. Jonathan, the first one is correct. La primera que le queda como mal, está bien. Is there a bathroom in each bedroom? Yeah, it's correct. Tal vez un espacio de más. Or what happened?
Okay, teacher.
Okay. And Samara, what happened with you? You have any problem with what? Okay, so I think that's all. Okay, thank you so much. So yeah, so if it's the answer, no, there isn't, right? Is there a bathroom? No, there isn't. But there aren't. Yep. Remember that you have to look to the word that is next. Si no se olviden de mirar a la palabra que le sigue, ahí tenemos any. So if it's any, it's because it's negative, right? There aren't. There aren't any. Okay? Well done, Jose Luis. Perfect. Congratulations. So now, everybody, please, could you pay me some attention right now? I'm gonna explain you the homework. Okay, congratulations, thank you. I need to open this. I don't know why I cannot open your workbook, your homework. Okay, so everybody, please, could you pay attention? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be the homework about. Yes? Let me share the whole screen. Do you remember the homework? That it was to describe your house, right? Sí, acuérdense que la tarea de ayer era describir, hacer un plano de su casa y describirlo. So now, we're gonna do the same, but in this opportunity, I want you to add there is. Yes? So now that we know the meaning of there is, there are, we're gonna add that. Ahora vamos a agregar eso, vamos a tratar de ser más descriptivos. Yeah, in my bedroom, there is a bed. There aren't any flowers. Yeah, traten de usar el positivo o negativo. In my bedroom, there aren't any flowers. So, what I'm gonna do here at the Richmond platform, sorry, I'm gonna have here communications, right? I'm gonna add the topic. I'm gonna write the title. So the title is gonna be describe your house using there is or there are. Okay. I'm gonna give you an example. Sorry, the title is gonna be Unit 4. Yes, Unit 4. Describe your house using there is, there are. For example, number 1. In my bedroom, there is a bed. Coma, but si quieren también agreguen adjetivos. There is a big bed. But there aren't any flowers. ¿Okay? Entonces, voy a pedirles que escriban 5 oraciones positivas, 5 oraciones negativas. Describe your house using there is, there are. Write 5 positive sentences. And 5 negative sentences, ¿ok? Sí, traten de usar los conectores que ya los hemos aprendido, but, and, right? And that's it. So let me check, create. I'm gonna use attack. Sí, si pueden entrar acá a la conversación, van a verlo todos los mensajes. Yeah, and if you like the, yeah, any question? José Luis?
¿En qué parte subimos lo del workbook?
Okay, yes, the workbook is gonna be here, ¿sí? Va a ser hasta este sábado. Igual voy a crear un assignment en esta parte de acá. Voy a crear un assignment, workbook presentation, units 1, 2, and 3. Yep. But please, the homework for tomorrow is gonna be here in this conversation, in my chat. ¿Sí? La tarea de mañana de describir las oraciones, por favor, háganlo acá. No en mano, no en su cuaderno, pero aquí. En esta conversación es acá. Yes? Any other question that you have? So for unit number 4, we're going to use orange. Unit 4. Ok. Sí, pueden confirmarme si pueden entrar y escribir aquí. escribir sus respuestas. I want to see something. Because here I'm going to check your sentences. Ok, acá tienen que escribir sus 10 oraciones, 5 oraciones positivas, 5 oraciones negativas, describiendo su casa.
Sí, teacher.
Yes, can you write something? ¿Puedes escribir algo?
Yes.
Okay. Because I want to see if I can read or not. Sí, lo que quiero ver es si puedo leer sus mensajes o no. Communication. I don't know why I cannot read. Okay. Thank you, Harold. Hi, teacher. Yes. So it's here. It's weird, but it's here. So please, remember to write here your answers. ¿Sí? Acuérdense de escribir acá sus respuestas. Okay? Thank you so much. So that's going to be all for today. La tarea de ayer es igual en la plataforma de Richmond. Algunos me lo han mandado al WhatsApp. Ya no es necesario que me lo manden a WhatsApp. Ahora ya tenemos la plataforma de Richmond. Ahora todas las tareas se van a presentar ahí. Yes? So please don't send me your homeworks to my WhatsApp number. Now it's at the Richmond platform. Is there anybody of here that wants to take the test? ¿Alguien aquí va a querer dar su examen de nuevo? Dar un repechaje? I know that Oliver, you want to take it one more time. Anybody else? No, no one else? Okay, so thank you so much for being here. See you tomorrow. Have a beautiful afternoon. Take care if you go out because it's raining. And yes, that's all. See you tomorrow, okay? Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, Oliver. Take care.